Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 25th of June, Friday, and starting on the ASX intraday 4-hour chart here. As you may know, we've been looking from wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and then looking from wave 4 up to wave 5. This move up here is pretty much, well, it's in line with what's happening in the rest of the world in terms of indices. The only thing that sort of haunts me a little bit is CBA. So let's just, because the ASX is really dominated by the banks, and they're a little bit bearish. And as you may know, we've been looking at wave 4 here with 1 and 2, nice strong long third wave, coming back for the fourth wave and going up for the fifth wave. Now, the fourth wave here has pulled back to its 38.2% retracement level, which is cool. But it really hasn't spent much time as a wave 4. So I'm kind of thinking, well, you know, just should spend more time here for this, you know, and it could drop a bit lower here as well to the 95. But that doesn't really concern me because we're not trading this at the moment. So yeah, we're just waiting for this wave 4 to play out. But this will dominate the ASX. So that sort of haunts me a little bit on you know what's going. I know that the resources are reasonably firm at the moment, so that's good for this market. But they don't really dominate the market as such. So I was thinking that, you know, if this was going to get more complicated in line with CBA, what would it look like? And I was just sort of toying with it a little bit here. In that wave 3 here with an A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, and then a C wave here for this. So I think we just don't overload this. If you're in this market, don't sort of overload it at this stage because of that CBA influence. But just going back to the ASX here, and this is just the 1-hour chart. So yeah, we've been looking at an ABC for wave 4 here, and then wave 1, an A and a B and a C wave here. I'm not that happy with the C wave here either because we'll go to the intraday. But yeah, yesterday we were looking. Well, let's just go into the tick chart, shall we? We've been working this low here, so from wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave down here. Okay, it fits all right. So I'm going to have to put this wave 4 all the way up here, and then we've got a nice impulse wave all the way down here, so that will finish off that wave 5 of C of 2 there. So that's done and dusted. And yeah, so obviously we talked about being long here, but more so on the safer trade would have been on the 7.3. So maybe you're long in here somewhere. So what I was thinking, let me just double check on this. So from this low to this high, yeah, okay, so that's 56. So at worst, we could get a pullback into this point here before seeing a move up, okay? So we'll just need to cover that situation. So we'll just put our stop under here for the time being. But this looks quite impulsive here as one. Okay, that would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. So we could label that. I'm just going to copy these here for a moment. So that's wave 1 and 2. I suppose we should call that wave 3 and 4, but then is that 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, or is that like 3 and A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here? I'm a little bit unsure about that, but let's just fill in the gaps the best we can, and we'll just mull that over a little bit as we go on. So I'm a bit unsure about that, but we are looking for, that's not what I want. Whoops. So we are looking for a wave 5. We'll probably go a little bit higher here, but that's going to leave us with a with an ABC pattern, and we don't want that. We want this one. So we're looking for some sort of ABC pattern with. I'll put wave 1 up there and wave 2 back here for that. and that would make wave 1 here, back for wave 2 here, up for wave 1 here, back for wave 2, and then continuing building at that point. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I just looked a little bit impulsive down here when I first looked at it, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then coming back up, which will be the supply level coming through here. These things here that's going to sort of push it back, but we're expecting it to push back. But I can count that. We counted that yesterday, and that's, yeah, no, that's all good. That's okay. Yeah, no, I'm just a bit of an illusion, but the details suggest that. So yeah, look, sorry for rabbiting on, but 1 and 2 and then pushing higher. So we can expect a correction. I'm just not sure about this wave structure here, that's all. It's just there's a bit of overlapping going on, you know. It could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, then finishing here somewhere. But yeah, also yeah. So anyway, expect that. Expect some sort of retracement there. And we're kind of looking for that on the S&P as well. And obviously that's the 50-60% retracement level there as well. So yeah, it's right on that. We can expect that there. But it is looking sort of impulsive rather than corrective in that space, which is good. Let's just check on the banks. Well, we looked at CommBank already. Yeah, I mean, I just feel this is the first leg down here, so I'm not really interested. We could do the long trade up here, but this would have to develop much further, and it wouldn't surprise me if it dropped into the 95 area here as well. Because normally if it doesn't stop here, it kind of stopped and it didn't, but the distance above is normally a bit of a guide stick for the distance below as well. So, but this line across here is the 38-40% retracement level. So anyway, nothing really to see or do at that point. We'll just check on ANZ while we're here as well. It's also moved lower as well, but it's also moved lower on lower volume, the same thing here. So we may see some support come into this. I'm happy to short this, but I just don't have a clear indication of a change in trend. I know that we'll be going into a corrective point, and we could probably, I'll recheck this, but we're probably going into a wave 3 there rather than a wave 5, but I'll double check that. Oops, daisy, let's get this. We'll check on that. We'll start checking the bigger picture for this shortly. Yeah, so let's go into the resources and look at iron ore. Okay, with iron ore, we're looking, you know, we counted wave 4 here. We came through a wave 3 with an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here. And then we counted up for wave 5 here. So we're looking for a larger correction here, you know. So that's what we're working with at the moment. But there's a possibility that that we could view this top here as like this wave 4 here, maybe this wave, I'm just shooting the breeze here, so don't throw stuff at me, but maybe this wave 5 could be further up here somewhere, right? And then that would make this one here, wave 1 here, and back for wave 2 over here for this one here is an ABC, back for wave 2. Then we've got wave 1 and 2 here and moving up. So that's what I'm kind of thinking a little bit. You know, I can't prove it yet, but yeah, sort of, it's just a possibility that we're sort of, that, you know, we can work with as well, but we don't have any. I mean, obviously taking this high out here would be very helpful, but we could also start to, you know, understand this here a little bit and edge in a little bit earlier through all of this. So another way to look at that is, oh no, I'll just leave it like that for the time being. But yeah, so I'm halfway between looking at a larger correction here, or an impulse wave to the upside. That's kind of it in a nutshell. And that's also how I'm looking at BHP, Rio, and so on. Okay, so I don't have an answer yet for this, but it's getting close to revealing itself, and we just need to be looking at, but we need to be looking at both sides of the coin. And I know that's a little bit flimsy for some people. It's, Pete, well, you're looking at both sides of the market and this and that, but I think looking at both sides, it's like debating, I guess, or in an argument of some nature. If you understand both sides, then the outcome's just going to be better, isn't it? I mean, as long as you're humble enough and not too opinionated, because having opinions can get you into problems in the markets and in life in general as well. I mean, it's okay to have an opinion, but you don't want the ego and all the rest of it dipping in there. And let's just go to the tick chart and just sort of drill into this a little bit further, shall we? Anyway, that's kind of what we're working with, really. Let's get a bit more data. I'm trying to understand, if it's bullish or bearish. So we've got, in a nutshell, we've got this top here. So this is the market's moved down, the top moved down here. And we know that we've got it from the top here. We know we've got a very clear A, B, and C wave here. Now, I can make these in a degree higher and so on, but it doesn't really matter. It's just that we've got that 3-wave move there. So is it possible to look at this as 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and 5th wave, 4-wave one here, then an A and a B and a C wave here for that, and then moving up from that point? So that's what we're looking at. And then, we've just been working it off the low here, haven't we? So, it has moved up to its 50-60% retracement level, but it has also given 5 waves up here as well. So, and then we were looking for it to come back into this box here. How can that be counted? I have to pull that apart. I'm not sure if that could be 5 waves or 4 waves, but at this stage, taking this top out here, that would be very positive at this stage. Because, and also too, if we get 5 waves here that looks like we've got, right, that should give us another 5 waves, like I mentioned here yesterday for this. So just remove that. So we talked about 5 waves moving up here. So that would take us way up here somewhere. So that would be positive. So we could actually get into it quite early at this point, What else can I say about this here? What else can we do here? So one of the other points that we can do here is that we need to understand this structure too, but I can see that it could be counted in both ways, so it's not going to help me a lot here. That's at the 61.8% mark here from that high. So if it was going to be bullish, it would need to be above this high here to start. That would be the next level down. So we'd need to see the markets move above that. So that would also create a long trade there as well for that. Now, I don't know. That looks impulsive to me. This looks impulsive in 5 waves as well here, but it does overlap here. So it would have to look at this as a corrective wave and go with the impulse wave here and a corrective wave here. I mean, that can still be corrective or impulsive here. So we need to see the market above this high, and that would turn us bullish at that point. At this point, it could just move lower here as well. Based on this, I don't have a nice clean 5 waves up here. I just have this 3 waves here. So we're getting close to it. We'll probably be able to figure this out next session. It probably should reveal itself at that point. So yeah, I don't have any answers here yet, but as you can see, we're getting closer to it. Which will make a big difference. I mean, the other side of the coin here as well is we've got wave B sitting up here. But yeah, we'd need to see, for that to be the case, we'd need to see further moves down through here for that. So yeah, look, we just really got to give it a wee while, And this will be the same too, when we look at BHP, we'll go to BHP in the US first, the ADR, because tell us what the market's, we can expect the market to do today, so to speak. So I've got the same thing here as well. We've got this wave 3 up here. So we've got an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. But at the same time, we can count 5 waves up here for this market. So we can look at that as wave 1 here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. And then we're talking about this, you know, and then this moving up here for that, going up higher. So I'll just go to this BHP here moves, it has been moving much more smoothly than our local BHP. So that's why I'm I spend a bit of time with it rather than ours. But so once again here we can look at wave 1 here, the A, the B, and the C wave to here. So this is 100 ticks, a bit hard to see what's going on in there to a point. I can kind of see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but let's just go to 20 ticks. We'll break it down by 5 and we'll just see if we can see what we can see in here, just to see if we can see if it's impulsive or corrective. So we can see here that we've got 1, 2, probably. So we could look at this. If I could just label this here, we might as well, because getting the details right, you know, with iron ore and BHP and stuff here will be helpful. So I think that's 1 and 2 in here. So that's probably 3, 4. So yeah, I think this is, I mean, I could put 3, 4 here, but I don't know if I get 5 waves into that. So I think we're still looking up here for this, but I may have to change it. But I'm just trying to figure out if we've got an impulse wave here. So I won't go into a lot of detail here. I'll just have a look at this. We should see the market higher today on the next up, because that's corrective. This will be 1 and 2. So this has still got to go up a little bit further. I just got to figure out, I mean, that's definitely wave 1 and 2 in here. So we could put that in here. I mean, it will become a little bit obvious at some point when we get our ABC, because we want 5 waves up here, and then we want an ABC to pull back there. Yeah, I think I've got to go that way with it, you know. I don't think that's finished there. So if I remember, we'll keep an eye on this. And yeah, because the top of, because to go long, we want that top to play out. We want the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. And that will give us wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then obviously wave 3 up there somewhere. So that's all good. So our buying opportunity will become on top of the B wave here. So let's just put this here and here. I might just take it up to the 75, you know. We've got a few things happening here on the levels. We've got 72, which has played out a little bit. So we've got 73, then 5 here. And I'll put in the 1 here, and this is working off 70, so we'll put that there as a slightly, that's the number. So what we're looking for here from the low here, I'll just take it to 75. It may not be the case, but we can adjust it, you know what I mean? No biggie. And we're looking for this to come down here in this box here. But what we do want is this A wave here and then this B wave here. And if that's going to be the case, and that B wave is where we can go long at. And that will be good because that will give us 5 waves up here. Then we've got our ABC correction, and the market coming up here and taking the B wave out stops the market from going any further down here, you know, because it could be, I may get this wrong here, and this could be down for 1 and back for 2, down for 1 and back for 2. So if we buy it here, we could get trapped, you know, but just not being so greedy and being a bit safer, we'll be able to, you know, look at that there. That will bounce off that there as well. Will definitely bounce off that, and that will be there, and that will be there. So the B wave will be higher, but that's okay. if the 5 waves is really clear, we could buy on the low down here, or we could just draw a line through here and that sort of stuff, you know. Get smaller positions and then build in. But let's just see what we get here first, okay? But anyway, it's look, it may not play out, but you know, at least we've got a plan now for this. It's looking a little bit better. So I'll go back to 100 ticks for a moment, and I just need to I'll just leave that there to remind me that we've done some work on that. So I should have gone 1 degree higher. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So based on all of that, we're kind of looking for a move up and something like that. Anyway, that's that. So just moving back out a little bit to the daily chart here. This is our pathway now for that. But we don't know, we haven't confirmed this yet. It's just something that we're working on. Okay, so I'm sorry to waste so much time there, but I don't need to spend too much time on local BHP. It's the same thing here. So based on that, we're looking for a little move up here and a pullback here, and then a move up through there. So this will also play out through here somewhere, be some sort of resistance here, you know, and we can look to know what we're talking about now. So we can look to go long above that one. We'll get that sorted out a bit closer, of course, and that will leave I want to have a look at FMG because it's a slightly different pattern here. I never got 5 waves up here for this, so that sort of bothered me a little bit with that. But I have to say, this is a weekly chart here. We would have to go long above this one here for that. Just check on the daily chart here, just to see if I can get heads or tails of this. Yeah, I mean, they could be up for one, an A and a B and a C here, and then we're going up here as well. But anyway, we can go long above here. But if we go long on BHP and Rio and that, well, then we can do that here as well. Just didn't get that 5-wave structure up here, that's all. So we just need to be a bit careful here for this. Anyway, that's all good. So I just want to have a look at, well, just have a look at, I'll go to copper and the dollar first. So the this is copper on a 1-day chart. Let's bring that over here. So we're looking for this wave forward to pull back to this wave 4 here. And we're looking from the A wave, the B wave, and then 1 down from the B to the C. We're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we have seen a little bit more weakness come in there. So we'll just see how that plays out. Yeah, we'll just see how that plays out. And then obviously this will be in line with the Australian dollar to a point. So yeah, we're looking at the wave 4 here for the Australian dollar, and then we're looking for wave 5 down. So we can look for buying opportunities down here once that comes. But even once that comes in here, we'd still want to confirm with an impulse wave to the upside. Okay, so and then we don't miss out on much really, and it's much safer. And we'll get that ABC pattern there, and then we can look to go in above the B wave on that one there, just to be safe, you know. So we'll have that 5-wave structure here that will give us 5 waves over here. So that will put us in the right direction. And just to double confirm that, going long above the B wave here, the A, the B and the C wave here going long above that, then that will also be another safety precaution box to tick. So a couple of boxes to tick to get that right. I mean, small losses are good losses, they say, but you get too many of them, and it's just it's annoying. So better to get it right, reasonably right anyway. So that's copper and that. Just want to have a look at gold. Nothing really to report on gold or silver. Just have a look at silver. I haven't seen that. So yeah, with silver here, as you know, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1, an A and a B and a C for 2. So we need to see that pick up, and I'm not really seeing a nice impulse wave here just yet. So nothing really to, oh yeah, I suppose we could look at that as 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2, but it's grasping at straws a little bit. So if it got back up into group 2 here, so group from the 5, after number 5 comes number 8, and when we talk about 8 we talk about group 2, and group 2 is 65.72 here, which would be 2,720. But this one here interests me because we want to get support in that. We can go long if we get support here. So we need a bit of a classic trading levels pattern to get us there. So that's where we can go long from in silver. Even my mother holds silver. Silver bars, physical silver. So anyway, we'll just see what this plays out here for this. And Goldilocks over here, so much the same thing as well. We've been counting it down to calling a low in here. Can we count that as an impulse wave up here? Yeah, we could count that to wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C here, but it's just it need to get on the 1800 here for us to you know, play the game, so to speak. So we'd need to see this first high above the level. That's what we're looking for. Then we can go long above this one here or above here for that. In terms of trading, let's just see where Newcrest is sitting. So it's, yeah, looking for another little move to the downside here. So that's sort of playing out, but we really want to keep, I don't want to see this as resistance here, because otherwise if that becomes the resistance here, then we're going to be looking at another move down here for this before we turn up. But the other interesting thing about this too is that India's been in lockdown. And, you know, I think, I mean, obviously China's the bigger gold market now. Then it's overtaken India. But both of those countries, they, you know, the just regular families, they buy gold as a store of wealth. So I think in China, I think just the general families there, they own like 23,000 tons of gold. And, you know, at the US, Fort Knox has got like 8,000 tons. I think Australia's got, is it 8 tons or something? Or 800 tons or 23. Anyway, they've got 3 times. The housewives have got 3 times as much gold as what's in Fort Knox. But because they've been in lockdown as well, there's a lot of pent up buying apparently going to be coming into the market for gold. So yeah, on a fundamental level, there's a really good case for gold to push higher. Up into the end of the year, so in the later half of this year. So we're kind of in June, July now. So once we get past July, that demand will come into play. So we're expecting gold to push up in the second half of the year quite strongly on a fundamental level. So we just got to get that right technically. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.